And here we are in Fontana at the.
Mary Daigle Nature Center.
Okay, great. It's a nice venue. It's really nice out here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
a perfect setting for talking about air
It's
quality.
one of the hardest hit areas as far as pollution goes. Is that correct?
The LA metropolitan area, which includes Riverside County, San Bernardino County, LA, yes, we have some of the worst ozone pollution in the nation.
Wow. And there has been some progress made, right?
Yes, there's been significant progress made throughout California in terms of lower unhealthy ozone days, lower particle pollution days. But actually, in our most recent State of the Air report that was released by the American Lung Association, the number of unhealthy particle pollution days for San Bernardino County worsened this year. So although there's been progress overall in California, we are kind of taking a few steps back in San Bernardino County. It's to do with a lot of things, the terrain, we live in the valley, also the different polluting industries in the area, and of course smog travels, it doesn't stay in one area. So it's a multitude of things really that are contributing to the air quality issues.
All right. I'm here with Alan Hernandez at the Clean Air Forum here in Fontana.
We have 5 principles that we would like the Air Quality Management District to follow as they're crafting their policy. Those 5 principles are principle number 1. What we want are real measurable metrics on how the air pollution is going to be reduced and adhering to those, right?
Right.
Goal number 2, what we're talking about here is like housing developments. They're not doing enough to clean up the environment. And so what we're asking for is that there be a set of rules for developers that makes them build these developments. One, for example, maybe electric heaters with solar and energy efficient. Anything we can to do to reduce our emissions.
Yeah, lower the footprint, right?
Lower the footprint, right?
Yeah.
Principle number 3, we just want this process to be equitable. Communities of color bear the brunt of air pollution. When you look at the statistics and you look at the coastal communities, folks who can afford to live on the beach, Orange County, Santa Monica, Malibu, right, compared to folks in the inland region who are stuck with these warehouse jobs and everything like that. Everything gets dumped out here, the warehouses, the rail yards, everything. And so what we're asking for is that the AQMD address that, right? That they put a particular emphasis on cleaning up the pollution in communities of color and low-income communities.
Some justice and equity.
Justice and equity. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Principle number 4, we want to address just the cars, right? We know a lot of smog comes from vehicles, and we know that the AQMD doesn't have an entire jurisdiction over it, but they do have some. And so we really want them to hunker down on the small jurisdiction they have and do the best they can. Usually what they say is like, look, that belongs to the Air Resources Board.
Passing the buck.
They're passing the buck. And so what we're saying is like, look, yes, it does. And we're going to go after them too. But you have this responsibility right here in front of you. And you should handle it as such, and you should take care of it. The 5th point is incentives alone won't cut it, right? Usually an answer that everyone goes to is, well, you know, a big business, we're asking so much of them, you know, let's cut them a break here, right? Let's see if we can cut them some tax breaks, let's do this and that. And we're of the mind of, no, you know, if you're big enough to pollute this much, you're big enough to pay for it. Taxpayers shouldn't have to pay for your pollution. You needed to account for that from the very beginning. And so that goes back to the first point about measurable outcomes, right? Like, we need to have all this in place to make sure we have a solid air quality management plan.
All right. Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Nice
Give
to
me
meet you.
5.
You got it.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Thank you.